So Google isn't done with updates alongside that. Well, it's not exactly a huge Android 16 release. Yes, there is room in their release schedule for the June 2025 Pixel drop, or as we're going to call it, the Pixel feature drop. It's a nice little bonus, nice little extra. So yeah, let's get into what's new with this update on top of Android 16. You know what to do first though, smash the living hell out of that subscribe button like it owes you money, and you'll get some top tier content. Well, at least I think it's top tier in my opinion. Cheers. Let's clear up a little bit of confusion first. The June feature drop is, well, it's technically related to Android 16, but it's not tied to the update in the same way, if that makes sense. It's mostly the kind of applications that you get updates for. At least in theory, you won't need to update to this latest software version, as most of these things will slowly get rolled out over the next few weeks. Google just likes to announce everything in one go, and then they start to appear on your phone over time. The biggest new addition or biggest new feature actually leaked slightly earlier than Google's announcement phase, thanks to the Play Store, and that is the Pixel VIPs widget, and I suppose it's a little bit of an application thrown in as well. Basically, it's a brand new widget that, according to the original listing, helps you stay connected to people who matter most to you and never miss a moment from them. And the icon is in the style of Google Contacts, but the head is a blue heart and a body of a circle. The design is visually unchanged from the existing Favorites Contacts widget, but tapping on a VIP that you happen to sets you or takes you to a feed with their profile picture with call and messaging shortcuts. Any upcoming events, like birthdays for instance, are noted at the top, which personally I really like as someone who genuinely relies far too heavily on my own calendar for remembering birthdays of friends and family. The last connection section shows your last call and message history, including WhatsApp notifications from that person on top of that, which I think is really nice. On top of those, there is the local updates map, which shows shared locations in real time if you want to share that with that person or they want to share it with you, with the weather and the time noted as well, which is another nice bonus as part of this function. It doesn't even stop there, as there is a notes section here as well. I guess this is like a mini Google Keep area to add extra details, maybe even reminders about that person if it's helpful. I can maybe see this being useful for things like shopping lists, but yeah, it's there if you want it. Finally, there is also a things to do carousel. I really like this option as it offers actions and suggestions and activities that you can do. Google is saying that to get the most out of the Pixel VIP widget, just add your preferences as well as other contact details and it will work better. And I'm excited to try this out for myself on my own phone. None of the data here should leave your device think that last call and message updates information, so there is an element of privacy baked in. It will work on all currently supported Pixels, so that means the Pixel 6 and newer. So yeah, a nice home screen widget slash application that should be rolling out right now exclusively for Google phones, aka Pixel phones. The fantastic Gboard application is also getting deeper integration with the June feature drop with Pixel Studio, something that I think I've wanted since day one, to be completely honest with you. So if you happen to have a Pixel 9 series, and likely any future releases, think Pixel 10 and beyond, you'll be able to generate with Pixel Studio right from Gboard without leaving the app that you're currently in, making it a much more seamless experience. When this is available, you should just be able to tap the emoji key in Gboard, then stickers, and you should be able to enter a prompt to get started. Really quick, really simple, and I do think this is a nice touch to add Pixel Studio probably right where most people want it. And because the feature drop is relying somewhat on Android 16, we're also getting improved support for Bluetooth low energy audio functions on external devices like hearing aids with native controls. I really like this option, although it is limited to the Pixel 9 and above for this feature. So the new control options will do things like show battery level for your hearing aids, let you adjust the presets of the experience, the audio experience, change the ambient volume in the surroundings, all from your phone settings, and it's fully recognized, or your hearing aids should be fully recognized, much like a pair of Pixel Buds would do. I think in terms of accessibility, this is one of those features that we really like to see Google adding to their software as much as humanly possible, as it just shows that there is attention being paid to those who maybe not necessarily your average phone user. They're the kind of people who really want to take advantage of accessibility features that improve their day-to-day life, and I do think this definitely strikes me as one of those. The Pixel camera is also adding an interesting, I think it's called an education hub of sorts, that will give you how-to instructions and even visual inspirations, as they're calling it, for each of the in-camera modes. A question mark will appear in the top right corner of the viewfinder when you've selected a mode that you can just press to bring this up. I imagine this is very much like the tutorials you get when you first use those modes on your phone. For some modes, I do think this is going to be useful because people probably miss this instantly and dismiss those pop-ups, and then, like, if you're like me, you forget what each camera mode actually does. I'm actually quite guilty of that, to be honest with you, with most phones that I use. So yeah, it's really all that nice to see on this Pixel camera application. While I will say I'm not all that familiar with the Magnifier app for Pixel phones, this is also getting some love with the June feature drop, with the new ability to find things in real time without requiring a photo first. And it reminds me a little bit of the Gemini After functions. So for instance, when you want something from a food menu, just start typing that out and the magnifier window will highlight on screen. It'll even vibrate when it finds something of note or of interest. Really nice feature, especially if you do use the magnifier option. One feature also highlighted with the June feature drop is advanced protection. This is part and parcel of the Android 16 update, so we'll need to go to that. It's basically added security, and it is more than worth a mention, I think anyway. Think of this as an extra layer of protection on top of the existing privacy and security functions that are baked into Android and Pixel phones. It just enables all of the core security functions that are ordinarily hidden in sections all over your phone under toggles, and basically this makes it one toggle and effectively gives you access to things like spam blockers, dodgy website trackers, risky application blockers as well. It even stops you from using things like web networks, 2G connections, and insecure connections, and locks up some of those common routes for loss of your on-device security. It isn't enabled by default, and you will need to do that by going to Settings, Security and Privacy, Advanced Protection, and once it's set on, your phone will restart, but yeah, it'll be protected once it powers back on. And it wouldn't be a feature drop without some extra global availability for functions, so listen up, there are a few things here rolling out more widely across the globe. First of those is Satellite SOS, which is now available in Australia with the Pixel 9 series and of course newer devices later down the line, after basically all of Europe plus the US and Canada have had this function for a little while now. The Recorder app is also adding more features, including AI summaries for German and French language recordings, but in a boon for Pixel 8 owners, you're getting something here as well. You're getting that clear voice option which removes background noise and improves the speaker audio of the person recorded, that is, within the Recorder application. This was limited to the Pixel 9 at least until now, and it's another nice feature that we're getting to see backported to older devices, something we want to see more of from Google wholesale. I'm not sure if you're aware of the Expressive live caption feature. Well, that's also expanding out to more English speakers in Canada, Australia, and here in the United Kingdom, so you'll get better recognition for those specific regional English dialects and the various machinations of that. It just means you'll be able to watch your TV shows and get better expressive live captions for those, as long as those English speakers are using one of those dialects. Obviously, if you choose to update your phone, you will get all of the trappings of Android 16 on top of that as well. As I say at the start of this video, it's not the biggest update, mostly quality of life additions ahead of more changes coming later down the road as Android 16 split into 2 releases. So be sure to go check out our deep dive into the full release, which we've released already. It's here on the channel. And yeah, a big thanks to you for watching this. If you're someone who wanted June updates for your phone, there's some updates for you here. It's a big week for Android and it'll only get bigger later in the year as well. So yeah, cheers for watching this and I will speak to you later.